So I really love acoustic instruments, and I love synths. I even love synths that sound like a computer's playing it and it's all crazy and going weird, and a human programmed it, but the computer's generating all this cool sound. I also love synths that get right in touch with human expression in approaches like an acoustic instrument would do. And my favorite version of that, I think the most effective, is the EVI made by Nyle Steiner. It has breath control, it has vibrato on the thumb pad, so you can get really nice vibrato. And I've always wanted to get that vibrato on a keyboard. I love playing synths and keyboards, and so recently I made these wobble bars. This is a smaller one, just built for this synthesizer. You slide it under, you put your wrist on the bar, and while you're playing notes you do the vibrato back and forth. And it was just kind of turning a knob like this as you went back and forth. It worked really nicely. It kind of keeps you right there, but it works really nicely. It's a little bit hard to keep it in tune because it doesn't always go right back to center. But anyway, after I did a demo video of my wobble bar idea, Nyle got a hold of me and he said, I didn't know this, but he had actually made a wobble bar like this, very similar, about 20 years back when he did music with Apocalypse Now, for the movie Apocalypse Now. And for the keyboardist in that orchestra, he'd made her a bar like this to do kind of the same thing. So that was exciting. And then we were talking about all these, vibrato methods for keyboards, and he had tried another thing, and this was another prototype he'd done. What's cool about this is the actual one from about 20 years ago or so. It has a DC motor in it, kind of like this thing right here. Just a little tiny motor. And so if you turn it one way, it generates a voltage. The other way, it's a negative voltage. And you can just send that voltage right like here directly right in to voltage control the pitch. And it's surprising how that just makes a really good vibrato. And this is Nyle's old prototype, and it is really neat. I just love it. And it's so nice. And so then tonight, I've just been racking my brain thinking, I want to attach that DC motor with some kind of a weight or some counter thing so that I don't have to attach anything to the keyboard. I could play it on an 88-note keyboard or a MIDI keyboard or something sending voltage, whatever. And if I just attach it to my hand, then it would really add a lot of freedom to where I can move and so forth. And I was thinking I could dangle a weight, kind of like from a joystick or from the DC motor from my palm or my wrist, or I could have a stick going from my forearm to my wrist and kind of bend that. And it dawned on me tonight that somebody already fabricated just the right thing, and it turned out to work really well. And what it is it's a DC motor, just like this little one, same one basically, but they for an Xbox 360 controller, right here they put weights on it, and that's the rumble pack inside of an Xbox 360 controller. And it's actually the rumbler on the left side that you hold the controller with more because it's a heavier weight, and that one just works great. So if you can kind of see that close up, as I turn, that weight is actually making right inside of there a voltage. It's sending right out directly into here, into the pitch of the keyboard here. Now I want to work on a glove or something that gets this so it's straight up and down, just nice at the nice playing comfortable level, so that can rock back and forth. But this tape job actually is pretty good, and the weight might be, I might add a little to it or whatever, but just as is, I was stunned how good it works. So anyway, let's try this out. So it's pretty zippy there, and this is nice for experimental and fast stuff and rocking around or playing jazz or something like that. It even will do pitch bends and changes kind of accidentally as I zip around, and I like that. That's more like what a real instrument would do, just little imperfections. So I like that. That's really cool. So to give you another look at that, I'm going to play a note. That's with the pitch bend here. And I'll end up just using a headset breath controller, but just to show the concept, I'm going to use this breath controller. I'm just going to blow into this and play the vibrato and notes on the keyboard. This is the Nyle Steiner's EVI, and just using it as blowing into it. So when I have a headset breath controller, then I'll have both hands available right on the keys, and vibrato will be down on the wrist here, and breath control with a headset just strapped to my head. So anyway, this is nice. I'll have to get it so the angle's just right on here, but